All three of today's exercises are done standing. So we're going to get into a lateral lean, a lateral lunge, and I'm going to get into a lateral lunge towards a wall. But first, to do a lateral lunge, if we got our feet about the width of a yoga mat, if you're taller than 5'2", 5'2", you could probably be a little bit, but we don't need to be very wide for this. I'm going to use this outside foot to push me in this direction. And I'm going to use that outside foot to push me in this direction as I send this hip back. So the alignment we're looking for isn't just this and keeping my head and my rib cage in one spot. It's sending the hip back, letting this hip go back, this hip come forward, and we end up again, nose, knee, big toe. So that's going to show up in two of the exercises today. I'm going to use the outside of this foot to push me towards the wall. Hip is going back. And then I'm going to turn my rib cage towards the wall. So I'm going to be far enough away that I can try to push my body back, but use this left leg, to push my hip towards the wall as I sit back. So this knee's bending, this hip's going back. So I'm going to take a breath in and a breath out. I want to bring those front ribs on the side that I'm turning towards back. I'm using my internal oblique. So I want you to get in that position. Go for about 3 to 5 breaths. Okay, we're using the hands to push the entire rib cage back so we can breathe back here. But we're using that outside foot to push the hip towards the wall, and we're exhaling. You're going to get obliques on this side. Nice big stretch through the hips, keeping the ears above the armpit. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, see if you can take some weight off of this inside foot. All right, now we're going to do the same thing going the other way. So I'm going to use this right leg to push me sideways, send this hip back, turn my rib cage towards the wall, and I'm going to press my rib cage back. Okay, so adjusting as you need to. I'm trying to send this hip back towards the camera. Great view, I know. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Use this right foot to push me laterally. So hip going back, arms reaching, inhaling, exhaling. The side I'm turning towards, front ribs pull into your back ribs. This is coordinating the rotation that we require to support a hip hinge on a certain side. Okay. Next, we're going to look at the movement of the shoulder. So our arms, our shoulder has a ball and socket joint. We can flex and extend it this way. We can abduct and adduct it. We can internally and externally rotate it, supinate, pronate, whatever you want to think about. What else can we do? We've got full range of motion of the shoulder joint. And a lot of people, we don't pay attention to what's happening at the rib cage and how the shoulder blade sits on the rib cage and then how that attaches to our rotator cuff. So we're not going to get into the anatomy of this. I want you to try this exercise. I'm just going to show you from the front here. So if I'm with this arm forward, my right arm forward, when the palm faces me, my chest faces the wall. So palm to me, chest to the wall. When my palm faces away, I'm going to turn my chest away. So palm and chest are going to do the same thing. So palm faces me, chest to my hand. Okay, palm faces away, chest away. And we're going to put our hands on our ribs to make sure we don't flare the ribs. We're going to keep them back in space. So I'm going to go up against the wall. Okay, and I might need to shift the camera here just for a little bit of a better view for you. Let's do that. Okay, good. All right, so from here, I'm going to take my left arm. I'm going to be leaning. You get to lean as much as you like. Okay, both hips forwards. We don't want one foot in front of the other. So palm faces me, chest inwards. So I'm going to pull down on the wall and press into the wall and reach under or just hold the ribs. So I'm going to take a breath in and a breath out here. Hey, and if you prefer to just hold this position for a couple breaths and then go to the second, that's fine too. Now, I'm going to turn my arm up, palm face the wall, drag down, and open my chest away. So palm is away, chest is away. Inhale, exhale. Okay, again, this is the second position that you can hold on to, or palm faces me, wall, chest faces the wall, reach under or hands on the ribs. Inhale and exhale. Okay, fingertips up, palm to the wall, drag down, lifting the chest. We're getting a nice chest stretch through the chest. And exhale. Okay, 3 to 5 of those. Switch to the other side. I'm going to do it with you. So with my right arm, palm faces me. I'm dragging down. It's like my forearm, the back of my forearm is stuck, and I'm trying to lift my body up. I'm driving that elbow down and getting these muscles involved. Okay, inhale and exhale. Okay, rotate that fingertips up, palm to the wall. Again, kind of pull myself up, open away from the wall. Inhale and exhale. Okay, palm faces me. Inhale and exhale. Palm faces away. Now, if you find this difficult to rotate, again, you could just do 5 breaths holding the one position and then 5 breaths holding the other. And you can also add a little towel underneath that forearm. I'm going to bring you back over here for the last exercise. The last exercise, how exciting. Hey, we're going to come back to that first exercise of the day where we did our little lateral lunge with a tricep extension. Okay, so I'm going to lunge into one side. I'm actually going to use the wall. So I'm going to press away from the wall. If you don't have a wall, it's not the end of the world. So I'm going to push my body away from the wall, hips away from the wall, rib cage away from the wall, turn over that lead hip. Hip back, feet flat and relaxed. Okay, this is that hinge position. Again, we're opening up this big back pocket. I want you to take a weight. Now, we're going to do 5 to 10 reps here. And I'm going to show you 2 different options. So option 1, reach down. Drive these elbows back. Hold this position. Straighten and bend the elbows. Okay, so you're doing a tricep extension. I'll show you from this side. Okay. Row, and I'm going to bend and straighten. So hips are back. Okay, we're getting that hip hinge, and we're getting the tricep extension. If you're like me and you don't have very many weights to work with, inside arm reaches down, outside arm doing the tricep extension. Okay, so I might not have a light enough weight that I can do 20 reps if I really wanted to do 20 reps. So this inside arm would stay reaching down as my hips go back. Okay, and I'm going to bend and straighten just at the elbow. So I'm coordinating the muscles around my shoulder blade, getting my triceps, getting a good hip hinge in. Okay, you should not be clenching, but you should be using those glutes. 10 on each side. Magical, magical, magical. You can tell it's already getting my heart rate up. So you can go back. You can do the lateral lunge breathing exercise again. The lateral lean breathing exercise again, if you like it. I find that one feels really good to give you some rotation. Really good for the golfers if you're a golfer. The shoulder internal and external rotation exercise where we're doing some pronation and supination of the hand as well. So getting that kind of greasing up that shoulder. And then of course, as many sets of that lateral lunge with the double or single arm tricep extension. I want to thank you for joining me for the holiday reset. This has been a blast. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learned a couple of exercises. And I'm going to make sure that each individual exercise is put into a playlist for you, so that if you don't want to just go through the videos, you want one at a time, then you have access to those. But thank you so much for hanging out with me and moving and breathing and learning a couple of new things. And if you need anything in the future, you know where to find me. Loads of off-season programs coming in the new year, so make sure that you're a newsletter subscriber. And of course, share me with all of your friends.